I don't have the courage to stand up to Laura. That is 100% honest.
She is small but mighty.
Welcome to the Kindred Spirit Podcast, a program completely dedicated to the board game Spirit Island. On this show, we examine and discuss every aspect of the game, whether they be general tips, in-depth strategies, or silly shenanigans. Today, we're doing yet another new thing that we have never done before, and we are super curious what you all are going to think about it.
Season 2, it's been a wild one.
For better or for worse, we are trying so many new things.
So many new things this season. It's like, well, what if we did this? Okay, let's go for it.
Try that, yeah. And honestly, it's one of those things where it's like, I think it can work. Should we? Is that too different from what we've done already? Screw
Let's
it.
just try it.
Screw it. Let's just try it, see what happens.
And every time we've had good feedback.
Yeah.
So
hopefully...
Hopefully it continues.
Yeah.
Hopefully you keep giving us good feedback.
Yep, so... We are continually always looking for ways to push the envelope so that this show can be the best that it can be.
Mm-hmm.
So, one of the things that we wanted to do here, as we've spoken of before in the past, was the idea of battle reports. What we're about to discuss for you in this episode is a product of lines of dialogue and thought between John and I on what we can do with this new creative space.
Now that we know that people like battle reports, episodes wholly focused on them. Mm-hmm. And you're right, we had a long conversation about okay, so what can we do with this knowledge?
Because at first, battle reports are quite simple.
Sure.
We play a game, let's talk about it. Honestly, that is as far as we had originally thought with battle reports, but then we realized, hey, wait a minute. Sure, we can talk about games, but what games do we want to talk about? Because we do a lot of games for various series that are ongoing.
True.
So, for instance, if we're going to be doing a series on spirit analysis, we may perhaps do some games with that spirit in those games. Conversely, when we were doing the Adversary series, obviously, we were doing a lot of Adversary level 6 games. So, when it comes to doing battle report episodes, we didn't want to do battle reports about games that are already being done in other series. That seemed like double dipping. Mm-hmm. Okay, what if we do Guard the Isle's Heart? And that's the scenario that's next. We didn't want to give a battle report for Guard the Isle's Heart in a battle report episode because that would detract from the Guard the Isle's Heart episode. Yeah. Do you see how there's actually 2 battle reports there? One of the battle reports is in Guard the Isle's Heart, which would be the Guard the Isle's Heart game, and we need to find another game to play to drum up for an actual battle report thing. So just to cut through all the crap to boil down the conversation of this qualification is we were wondering, what kind of game should we do?
Yeah.
And boy, the thoughts and ideas just whoosh.
Because okay, so if we play a game, how do we make our teams? Do we do it like a theme team?
Right.
Or do we do favorites? Or if we're going to start doing battle reports, how do we make the teams for the battle reports?
We can do thematic teams. We can do silly teams, funny ones. Mm-hmm. We were like, well, we can do this. Oh, well, we don't want to do that because we want to save that for another episode. Oh, we can do this. We don't want to do that. We want to save that for this one. We could do this one. That one's good. We could do this. Oh, we could do that one. This one's good. But you had one that I did not see coming. And after some thought, I'm like, you know what? This works. That could actually work.
A little context. Here in America, around this time of year, we start having the fantasy football season, and that's American football, not football, or soccer as we call it. I'm sure there's fantasy leagues throughout the world where you pick players, top players, and you draft them, and then you win based on how many points they score you per week. And you can have different leagues where you can have, work leagues, church leagues, leagues in your school, friends, college, neighborhood, exactly, people around.
Baseball, basketball, football, all of it.
Any kind of sport. If there's points involved, there's probably a fantasy league for it because that's basically what it measures. And it's fun, bragging rights, be like, my player did better than yours, and obviously you have no effect over that.
Sure.
But it's a fun little bragging rights thing, and I always liked the draft part of it because my team usually does terrible because they always get injured. But the draft's always fun where you get to pick In your mind, your favorite players, your top players.
2 years ago, I was so close to winning our league.
Oh, you You had such a good team that year.
You and I went back and forth.
Yeah.
We actually ended up even, I think. I was like,
I think you had more total points than me. I was bitter about it. But it's a fun thing to do. So I was like, what if we did a draft for spirits? But there is a little twist. So we're having this conversation. I listened to a Shut Up and Sit Down episode. They're like a board gaming. They have YouTube. I'm sure a lot of people know Shut Up and Sit Down. They had a similar draft with Board Game Barrage, and they did the top 100 BGG. And they drafted through those. But they had a twist where they would pick their top game. Say they would pick Terraforming Mars as their top game.
Nice.
And then they would burn Gloomhaven. That no one could have on their team. No one could have in their collection. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. Where they would pick their favorite game. And in our context, we would pick our favorite spirit. But then we would burn a spirit that no one could have a part of their team. Not even me.
Right. It's just completely removed from consideration by all
participants. By all. So say I pick Shadows, love Shadows, and then I burn green to spite Ryan. But that means I don't get green, who's a very good spirit. So it had a lot of extra layers that I liked to it.
If you're still unfamiliar with the concept, think about back in the grade school days when you would go for gym class and play football or something. And, okay, 2 team captains. Each of these individuals go and take turns picking which team member they want to have on your team. There is a pool of athletes to choose from, and you want to have the most successful team. And if we're playing Capture the Flag, for instance.
Okay.
One person goes first. I want Johnny. Okay, I'll take Caleb. Okay, back to the other guy. I'll take Seth. Okay, back to the other guy. I'll take Mitchell. And both of these teams eventually will be filled, and they alternate. It's basically that concept. Only here, all of us are trying to make the best team of spirits from this selection. But this burn method really throws a wrinkle.
It sure does.
So we have gone on and already recorded what we are describing, and we'll get into a little bit more detail as we explain what the heck is going on. So what we're doing right now is giving you a little instructional introduction to what you're about to listen to after we go ahead and finish up here. We'll shuttle pass you on to the draft so that you can listen to it and hear it happen live. If you don't care about the introduction, you can just jump ahead to the 31-minute mark where the draft starts. And so the participants were
John and Laura
and myself. So the 3 of us all participated in this draft. Now, of course, when you're in a sports environment, what is the goal? The goal is, I want the best team because I want to win. I want to get to the playoffs and win the championship title.
Yeah.
So just simply winning and being the best team is the goal. We quickly realized that while we were talking about the idea of this draft, we were like, hey, wait a minute, we're going to need something. We have to have a goal here. Because what's the point of picking a team? Just to make a fun team and then just talk about it? That could work, technically.
But what if there was more?
But we were like, there's a cool opportunity here. Let's give a subject here. So after some consideration and after some talking, we thought, hey, what if we do a Takedown series?
This was your idea, Ryan.
What is that? What if all of our teams, yours, mine, and Laura's, all went up against the same adversary? And then, once we have all the games done, we each see whose team got the highest score. And maybe score isn't the only thing we can look at. It's just fun to see how everyone's team would perform.
Sure.
Who got to Terror Level 2 fastest? Who got to Terror Level 3 fastest? If all of us won, who won how?
Did your team blight the island? Or did you leave it healthy?
Was Laura's healthy?
Yeah.
Was mine blighted? Was John able to get in his game a fear victory for his team, but Laura's, she got a Terror Level 3 victory? Just these kind of things. It's all for fun. Who cares? But it's kind of cool to see, well, I wonder what would happen if we had this as our directive. So we talked, and we are going to be doing what we are calling a Takedown miniseries. Our adversary that we have selected is Brandenburg-Prussia.
Level 6.
Level 6.
We thought they would be good to start with because they're kind of vanilla. I'm not saying they're not hard. Brandenburg 6 is hard.
Right.
But they don't add extra health or, they don't make things healthy.
Right.
Or they don't have migrating herds. Add extra blights. Like, they're hard, but just normal, like, rules-wise.
Yeah. The important thing was when we have max level adversaries, there are definitely certain spirits that are like, oh, obvious choice. Obvious choice.
Russia, give me lure.
And in a draft setting, the first person who gets the first pick is like, okay, maybe a top 3 or 4 spirits that are just absolutely great against that adversary. They're going to go very quickly, and then the rest of the roster is just, okay, blah.
They don't have destroy powers.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, well, we're up against Russia 6. Lure's been taken. Mines is taken. Fangs is taken. I guess. You see how it quickly loses interest very quickly? Brandenburg-Prussia 6, it's not an experience, very much like you said, that it's like a rock, paper, scissors kind of thing. It's just, well, honestly, Brandenburg-Prussia engagements at high level, the way I look at them, it's not as if which spirit is the best against his adversary, more like, how are you a player good at understanding the spirits under your control right now in this game?
Perfectly said.
You know what I mean?
Perfectly
said. And we
said.
felt that was probably the best adversary to go for this kind of series. So, once again, we are going up against Brandenburg-Prussia. We are calling this the BP Takedown series. So this is going to be a little mini-series that is a battle report series. Mm-hmm. We are simply, with all of this, we are giving battle reports an objective. For the next 4 battle report episodes, they're going to have this as the objective. In the future, John and I might do a silly battle report.
Sure.
Like Double Starlight. I would love to do that.
We can't wait.
Or in the future, we'll do a thematic battle report where we pick 2 spirits or 3, whoever wants to participate that day.
Water spirits, whatever.
Right, water only or something. Or all fear spirits. Just something. You get the idea. Yeah. Battle reports where something about the game's composition is interesting or fun. Heck, if you want to offer up some suggestions, totally leave it in the comments. We'll put them in consideration. But these next 4 battle reports will be about the BP Takedown. What you are currently listening to is the introduction of episode 1 of 4. Episode 1, this is the draft episode where we get our teams, we form our teams, you get to see who they are, and after today, you will learn who Laura has on her team, who I have on my team, and who John has on his. One of the things that was so much fun, like we referred to a little bit earlier, was the burn. Talk to me about the strategy, John, about how quick we realized how difficult it was to do the burn.
The burn is so hard because I like to be competitive. Again, this was... I really like totaling the scores, who has the most and stuff.
You know whose idea this
was. This is partly my idea. But the burn was hard because, I like being competitive. Ooh, I'm going to burn one of Laura's favorites.
Ooh.
But Laura likes a lot of, S-tier spirits.
Yeah.
So coincidentally, she likes, going boom and blowing things up. So me spiting Laura would mean I'm removing a spirit from my team. It was very difficult.
A healthy and important clarification is in all of these games, these are going to be 4-player games. So there's going to be 4 spirits on each of our teams. Mm-hmm. There are 3 4-spirit teams. So you have 4 on your team, I have 4 on my team, Laura has 4 on her team.
And then we burned 12.
So the roster has 24 spirits, and what we did is if you pick a character that does have aspects, you have to nominate which aspect you are picking. Mm-hmm. And if you pick that one, then there can only ever be one of an aspect. So if you burn river, for instance, that means not only have you burned base, but you have also burned all aspects as well. So for this time, for this battle report series, we are not considering aspects as their own separate entities. We're keeping them all kind of like how it is in real life as far as you have 1 river board in your box. Mm-hmm. It's not like you have 3 river boards.
True.
1 for sunshine, 1 for travel, 1 for base.
It's like in those Call of Duty games where we get to pick a class.
Sure.
You're going into the same game with the same character, but you get to pick which class of river that you're playing.
Yep. But another stipulation that's important to clarify is we are going to be in each one of these games. All three of us, plus a guest, is going to be playing in these games. So you are going to be playing in my game. I'm going to be playing in Laura's game. You are going to be playing. You get the idea.
So that added another wrinkle
to the burn.
To the burn.
Because I need to make sure that my team's going to perform well, but I don't necessarily want to burn and spite you or Laura so much because you two are going to be playing in my game. So I want to make sure that you have someone that you are good with in my game.
Because if I'm good with the spirit in your game, that means your score, theoretically, will be better.
Right. So you don't want your team to be all of your favorites. Because that doesn't mean that the other people playing today are as proficient with those spirits as you are.
Like, if I had a team of Fractured Days, Finder, Starlight, and Shadows, Laura would not know who to pick.
Right.
Or she would have a miserable time in my game, and maybe that would affect my score of my team.
Yeah.
So that was a huge thing to think about.
This made it really interesting because we quickly realized the burn had so much strategy in it.
More than picking, almost.
Honestly, I feel as if it had more.
Yeah.
Dead serious. Because not only can I not get this spirit further on, you can't get it, which also means that nobody can be proficient with them in this little experiment that we're doing. So if you want to do a spite pick, buyer beware, because if you get rid of someone that another player is proficient with because you didn't want them to have it on their team, that means you can't have that player piloting that spirit well on your team.
Potentially their best spirit.
Which means that your score would probably be better. Like, for instance, if you were Shadows on my team, that would be good for my team's score.
My board would be clean.
But I don't necessarily want you to have Shadows on your team because then your score might be really good. I don't want that.
See the tug? See the give and take here? The tug of war?
Very, very interesting. And we hope that you enjoy this dynamic of trying to navigate, oh man, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, because there is a lot of thought. Because there were times where I was just thinking, especially in the burn, you're like, John, you're going to have to give something because we put ourselves on a timer.
Yeah.
And I was just stuck in thought. So if ever there's silence, that is what I'm thinking about.
As if it wasn't stressful enough, we were timed. Because that's how actual drafts go in, like, football and whatnot.
You can take an hour to take a pick and just walk away and think about it.
I think if we were to do another one of these, I think I like the idea of making the timer a little bit lowered, like less time. We went with 5 minutes because that's just a standard. We're like, maybe we can do 3. But we had some fun discussion. And as you will go on to listen to, you can hear us thinking out loud in the moment.
Yeah.
And trying to be like, oh man, what do I do? What do I do? It was so hard to prepare for this thing. Why? Because we didn't. I have no idea who you're going to pick. I have no idea who you're going to burn. Which definitely influences how Laura's going to pick and burn, and I'm going to pick and burn. So it's like, I guess I can just try to have peeps that I would like to have. But,
see, even if you make a list of top spirits that you're good at, they might be 1, gone before you even get to pick.
Right.
Or 2, they might not fit as a foursome as a good team.
Yeah.
So you're like, wait, I need to think of synergies as well. I need to think of who's left, who synergizes well spirits, and who can play these spirits. And that was a lot to juggle of like, well, if I pick Vengeance, maybe I don't want a Blight Healing Spirit with Vengeance type of thing.
So, talk to me about a snake draft.
I did not come up with this, and this is something that if you are proficient in fantasy football or in fantasy leagues, you might have seen this before. A snake draft is...
How do we answer the question of who picks first?
Well, we randomized that.
But the snake draft influences the order of who picks these spirits.
Right. I will say there's 3 of us, right? There was John, Laura, and Ryan. So say there's John at 1, Laura at 2, Ryan at 3. So the draft, like a draft goes, you go 1, 2, 3 picks. But then it snakes around. So the second round, it doesn't go 1, 2, 3 again. It goes 3, 2, 1. So if you're picking 3, you wait after first and second pick, but then you get 2 picks.
Yeah.
But if your first pick, you theoretically get the best player or the best spirit, but then you have to wait.
So long.
So long.
Oh.
And burns. Not just picks. You get to wait.
That stings.
It stings where you get like, oh, I get the best spirit. Oh, wait. I have to wait like 8 turns or whatever until I get to pick again.
And obviously, if there are more people involved, you'd be waiting even longer.
Yeah.
You, me, and Laura are going to be in position 1, position 2, and then position 3, just like you described.
Yeah.
That first one is somewhat desirable because you're literally the first to go.
You get your favorite or who you think is the best spirit.
Right. But then the moment you realize, the priority will go position 1, 2, 3, then it goes position 3, 2, 1, and then it repeats until the whole thing is done.
Yep.
If you are 3 or 1, you're going to be going back to back, and then you're going to be like starved.
Huge breaks.
For a while.
If anything, for these drafts, I typically want the middle picks.
Yeah. Yep. I would agree. The middle pick, I think, is the best because 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
You're always in the middle.
You're always in the middle with 3 individuals anyway. But yeah, that is what a snake draft is. So,
which adds another wrinkle.
Yeah.
Where if you go first,
yes,
you maybe have a really good spirit, but then you wait a long time, and then you better pick your next 2 because you go 1, 1. Right. Because it goes 3, 2, 1, and then 1, 2, 3. So in that double pick, you're like, this better fit for my team.
And now you realize that you are timed in 2 spectrums. You are literally timed right now to make a pick, but you are timed as well in the general sense because I'm not going to go again for another 4 picks. So I need to make sure that if I want one of my favorites, I need to get them now. And that really sucks when you see some of your favorites already gone. You're like, what the heck? And I am spinning here. My head. I'm like, what? They're gone?
And there's nothing you can do to stop it. People are just picking or burning.
Clock's ticking.
Yeah, clock's ticking.
Tick-tock. Tick-tock.
Now it's your pick and no one's left. You're
Dang it.
What? Oh, my spirits.
Oh, dear. Dear.
Literally deer in the headlights.
Right.
It's, woof.
So, to make sure that you all understand the kind of urgency, the authenticity of this event, what we did is something that we've never done before, which was we are not going to have Editing Ryan edit any of this. When we recorded it, we knew this ahead of time, but we're not cleaning it up at all. Every second of every single episode you've ever heard has been screened by me. Not this time. Obviously, I've listened to it multiple times, but I'm leaving it. And do you know how weird it was to have coughs, have ums?
So many throat clearings.
Oh man, you are all getting us live. Why? Because then you can sense the kind of urgency, how the event sounded in real life.
How it affected us.
Right.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate for me because I'll just give you a little heads up. Right now, I am much more healthy than I was on the day. I had lost my voice the day prior. And when I mean lost my voice, I mean it was gone. It was gone. I had one heck of a weekend. I was at a conference and it ended with a trip to Cedar Point. So, and yes, I knew that we'd be recording soon after that Cedar Point trip. So I tried not to scream. Cedar Point, if you're not aware, is a roller coaster park. Love it to death. One of my favorite places on earth.
Well, one of the best roller coaster places in the country.
In the world, baby. I still want to go to Six Flags. I've never been. Anyway, point being, my voice was so strange. I woke up the day prior like, I was like, oh, crap. We got to record tomorrow. And, of course, we had to sing a quartet that day.
I recommended lots of tea and lots of honey.
Oh, my word. I was downing cough drops. Like, literally, the moment one was gone, unwrap another one. Pop the next one in. That one's done. Pop the next one in. Just, and drinking so much tea, so much honey. Just,
cough drops.
So that is the only reason why I have a voice in this draft. But if you're wondering why I don't sound completely the same, that is why. So that is basically what you are about to hear moving forward. This is a fun idea that sprang from the Battle Report series.
Yep.
The idea of what can we do in this creative space. We are giving Battle Reports an objective, and once again, it'll be a 4-part miniseries. That doesn't mean it's going to be back to back to back to back to back. It's just whenever you see a Battle Report episode, it will be part number 1, part number 2, part 3, part 4. At the moment, part 1, the first episode is the formation of our team. The second one will be how well Laura's team did. The third will be John's, and the fourth will be mine. Depending on how scheduling things goes, it may be different on who goes second, third, or fourth as far as like which one of our teams performs first.
Okay.
But that's what we thought. I'll just go and
that's
do
what
it
we're
like
planning
this.
as for now.
That's what we're planning on for now. And obviously, when you listen to these episodes as they come out, if you notice that, hey, I thought John's was supposed to go second, and if it happens to come out first, who cares? It's just we're like, hey, let's just do this randomly. Okay,
We have Laura's plan though. It's scheduled. It's in the books.
It's in the books. And if you're wondering how we picked who got position 1 versus position 2 versus position 3, because we were like, hey, who wants what? All three of us said, I want position 2. Well, crap. Okay, well, we're going to have to find some other way to determine who gets what. So we just rolled a dice for it. Mm-hmm. And so we will allow you to see how that panned out. So we hope that you all thoroughly enjoy this live, quote-unquote, draft that we did for the formation of our teams. In this, the Brandenburg-Prussia Takedown miniseries. Is there anything else that we want to say? Like, is there anything that we forgot? I think we got everything, right?
I think we got a lot. I know as a listener, I'd be like, oh, Laura's game's first. She must got first pick. Just wait and see. Just because her game's...
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
But maybe she did.
But maybe she did. Maybe she did. I'm just saying our order of, like, Laura, John, Ryan, that doesn't have anything to do with the order of the draft. I will say that.
Oh, we filmed it.
And that. I'm talking my draft order, and here's the biggest news yet.
Surprise! We filmed it. Yes, everything I said is 100% true. That's another reason why we wanted to keep the audio completely unedited. This is officially our first video content that we have made for the show. So what we're going to do is, right now you are listening to the audio intro to the Brandenburg-Prussia Takedown draft. But yes, we actually did a quote-unquote live stream where, yes, we are not editing out our mistakes and stammers, so that's why it kind of feels live. But yeah, it happened like a week ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what's going to happen is the audio that you're going to hear after John and I sign off is simply the audio from that video. So, rest assured, we are going to post the YouTube link in the description of this episode. So, if you want to go and watch it at your leisure, you totally can.
I know there's a lot of people who listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, whatever your podcasting app is. I would highly recommend watching this on YouTube. Even if you're not a common YouTuber, this was a fun one. We have fun reactions. There was lots of joshing and pulling each other's chains back and forth. It was a blast of a time, and you did a great job editing the video.
Yeah, I don't want to give spoilers away, but this honestly was one of the funnest things we have ever done.
Yes.
Laura said that this was probably her favorite episode that she ever recorded.
Oh, hands down, she said this was her favorite thing that she's been part of.
So cool.
Yeah.
So I hope you really all enjoy it. And for all of our listeners who follow us on YouTube anyway, this one's for you. Surprise!
You get to watch it just like normal.
Yeah, they're
now it's just not just
anyway.
the KSP and the number. It's an actual video.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. I will say one thing that is kind of funny is, given our crazy real life schedule, when certain episodes get recorded is completely out of whack with how they actually air. And you've known that for a while. Sometimes we'll record something that won't get published for like 2 months later and whatnot. It's funny how real life schedule and recording schedule versus what airs just all comes together at the end, but it's just really wonky.
It is weird.
I bring this up because this draft was recorded after we recorded Lightning Analysis. So if you keep your ears peeled, you can actually hear some things that we actually talk about in Lightning Analysis. We reference them as if, oh yeah, this was a comment that we made in the past. And it actually is in the past as far as when this was recorded, but seeing how this one airs first, you're getting a little sneak peek. But it's up to you to find those little Easter eggs.
I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
I won't tell.
Another thing that's kind of important was the draft was recorded before we had arrived at the conclusion of changing our formula that we described last week. The one where we are going to the whatever, whenever approach as opposed to 60-minute episodes weekly. So, the reason I bring that up is because when we recorded the draft, we hadn't had that change yet. And in that announcement, we said that at the end of these episodes, we would tell you when the next episode would be and how long it would be. Well, you see, the thing is when we recorded this draft thing, we did not say when the next episode was or how long it was going to be because we hadn't fully accepted that yet. So I'm going to come in right now and tell you what the next episode is and when it is so that you can actually be like, oh, okay, because you're not going to hear that at the end of the episode. So I'm actually going to tell you.
Because we just sign off at the end of the draft.
Because, right, when the draft is done, we're like, all right, later.
Bye.
Because we were under a different format then. So the next episode is, in fact, lightning analysis. Hey!
Spirit analysis!
It actually is finally here after all this time.
Tons of work.
Yeah.
Tons of feedback.
So much behind the scenes. I really hope you enjoy it. I am not finished with it yet. It is under construction, but yeah, it's a big one. And so it was 2.5 hours. So you will receive it on July 23rd. So after this draft is done, you can expect to receive it on July 23rd. So just wanted to come in here and cover our bases there because, like I said, I was like, oh, hey, wait a minute. We're going to have to
We
say
didn't do
this.
that. Oh, yeah, whoops, we didn't say that.
Because at that time of recording, we hadn't changed it.
But from here on out, we will be doing that.
Yep.
At the end.
Anywho, that is all from us in the quote-unquote present.
I have so many things I wish I could tell my past self during the draft.
That's fine.
That's okay.
I would have done it so differently.
Me too.
But it's a lot of fun. We hope you enjoy both it and this new style of doing things, this new video format. Perhaps we can do some more things with it.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know if you like this format or this Takedown series. We can do Sweden, England, who knows?
So that's going to do it for us in the present. We're going to pass it on over to past John, Laura, and Ryan, and we hope sincerely that you all have a great time with this.
Enjoy it.
Take it easy, yo. If you skipped ahead to this location, what you're about to hear was filmed and can be found on our YouTube page. Link will be in the description. Also, the next episode is Lightning Analysis, which airs July 23rd. Hey, YouTube! Hey, the gang's all here. So hopefully the audio versions of ourselves have thoroughly explained what is going on. So hopefully, good job.
We did great. I can already tell. I think we did
great. It's so weird having to worry about the visual aspect of the podcast. I was taking a shower beforehand. I was like, I gotta comb my hair. I gotta make sure I look good.
Me and Laura put on makeup.
All right, so let us go and see who fills which position. All righty, so, and we lost Laura.
Laura!
Gosh darn it!
What are you hitting?
Switch between screens or something.
This is, don't worry. We are not going to go on without you. We're not going on without you.
In screens. Did you lose me?
No,
we didn't. Don't worry. This is going off to a great start. I love it. So, how it'll work is, I think I'll be 1 and 2, John will be 3 and 4, and Laura will be 5 and 6. We're going to see who gets the position. So, I really hope I get 2 or 3.
I don't want first pick.
All right. Well, here we go. Dang it! Are you kidding me?
Ryan gets first
Are you
pick.
kidding me?
Ryan gets first.
Dang it!
Good job, Ryan.
Fine. All right.
Leader.
You get the best spirit. Theoretically, Ryan, you get the best spirit.
Yeah, but then I'm not going to go for
20.
what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks.
Hope you enjoy all the ones we're going to burn.
All right, so now we're going to see who gets position 2, and then whoever gets position 2, what that means is that the last person will just default and get position 3.
Okay.
Perfect.
So, all right, who wants 1, 2, 3? Laura wants 4, 5, 6. All right, here we go. What's it going to be?
Come on.
It's a 6.
I get last pick.
Nice and easy in the middle.
Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the list.
Too
John,
late.
if you'd be so kind as to update the notes.
Oh, yeah, I'm updating the notes. Wow.
We'll do it live.
We're doing it live.
We'll do it live.
Man.
All right. And John, I believe you are our official timekeeper.
Your timer begins now, Ryan.
How much time do we have? How much time do we have?
5 minutes. Well, now
5
4
minutes.
minutes and 57 seconds.
Pick.
All right.
Pick.
First pick. What are you doing here, Ryan? What are your thoughts?
I have so many. But I don't know who you're going to burn. That's the thing. Because
Whoever
that's part of the strategy, because I have to pick, like, we're all going to be a part of these games, so I need to make sure that you have people that you want to play as well.
I'm burning whoever people cherish most. Bye-bye, Thunder Speaker.
I feel as if John is going to be the most cutthroat, I think.
This is why we don't play competitively.
I am evil.
Like, you like this?
I think Laura and I are like, yeah, whatever, we don't care, but John's like,
Wildfire,
I just
gone.
know if you burn something people want, they burn something I want.
yeah. All right, well, all right. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick Downpour for my first.
I would have pegged you for Mist.
I thought he was going to do green.
And who am I burning? I'm going to... Laura, should I be nice?
Be careful about this.
I will cut you if you burn Baker.
She knows where you live, Ryan.
She's like, if you do this, I'm never making those lemon poppy seed scones ever again.
Laura, get in your seat.
All right, we're getting rid of shadows.
Foreboding.
All right, my 5 minutes are up.
Foreboding.
Ooh, that took a twist I was not expecting.
No. And actually, Shadows is good against Brandenburg-Prussia. No.
I know. All right, Laura is next.
All right, I am going to surprise absolutely no one. I'm going to keep Thunder Speaker for me.
Wow.
All right.
Just so John doesn't be a jerk. And I'm going to burn that timekeepy thing.
Fractured.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
You know what?
No.
I am raging so hard. Laura,
no.
My top two spirits are like burned right now.
I'm so sorry.
Oh dear.
There's always lightning.
All right, John, I believe you are next.
I'm on the clock. I need to recover. These are some of my top played spirits.
Hey, talk it out. You got some time.
I have some time. This is tough. Well,
I think that's what's cool though, because like we're gonna have to be forced to use peeps. You know?
Yeah, there's some strong spirits left. It's like, do I pick who I really love or know that I can do well with, or do I pick someone that's just like really strong?
But also, you want to have like good, like certain roles on your team.
Yeah, that's true. And that's true. I got to think of like a team composition. What's nice with the back end, Ryan, you'll have this too, is I get to pick twice.
Oh, by the way, the last one, I hate going last. Dang it. All right. Well, John.
All right, for first pick.
But like one of your other top ones is still up there.
Well, now I'm trying to just think of like team, because we also want to see like who does the best against
who has the highest score.
Yeah.
So once again, Laura and I are like, I don't care.
I don't know the strats, so I have no clue.
I think John's gonna have like probably the best team because John's actually coming at this with like a competitive lens, and Laura and I are just like, we don't give a crap.
Hey Ryan, sidebar. While John's thinking, when we play it, we tank his game.
What?
We don't tell him.
Text me.
John, you're not
text
listening.
me. Look at your phone.
Text me.
All right, John, how much time you have left?
I only got 3 minutes for my first pick because I have 2 picks. The floor is mine.
So bad.
Well, I really wanted Fractured. I didn't think Laura was going to bring Fractured.
I actually kind of wanted Fractured too.
She said Timekeeper.
We know who she means.
She should have had to say the right name. Because of that, it's not burned.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do.
I want to Fracture because I could print Dahan, and you get points for Dahan for scoring a game.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Ooh. Quick. Laura, we need to burn River. Unless John picks them right now.
River's Bounty. I'm going with...
you get to go twice. Remember that. You get to go twice.
No. I am doing Spread of Rampant Green.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's a good spirit.
Yes, I know who I'm playing as when we do that game.
It's a good spirit.
Okay.
Who do I burn? This is tough. The burn's tough.
Right, especially because when you burn a base, you burn all aspects, which is like, oh, dang it.
Gee. Okay. I'm going to burn. Well, this is tough. Oh, I only have 2 minutes left.
Come on, John.
We probably should have done like 3 minutes or something, shouldn't we?
All right, now he's just talking.
Okay, I'm going to burn ocean.
What?
Oh!
Oh!
I walk.
Oh,
no,
man.
I gotta lock the door.
All right, thus ends round 1.
Ooh.
Now we are in round 2.
Ooh, that's me.
No, it's
I'm
not.
going to
That is
Nope,
John.
no.
Ah, darn it. I
It
thought
goes
John
1, 2, 3,
was
3, 2, 1, Laura.
I
So
thought he
now
already went.
John.
I get to double pick.
All righty.
Yeah, I'm doing river.
Hey, Green and River are a great pair
It's
already.
a good combo.
Phenomenal
All those
pair.
Jahan.
All right, and who are you burning,
The
John?
burn's gonna be tough because there's so many good spirits out here.
Yeah.
And who? Laura's
Burn
next.
that one.
But John, you still get to burn for round 2. You haven't done your round 2 burn.
Yeah, I'm going to burn because Ryan, this is payback, buddy. Might Earth.
Dang it! You
Yes.
suck! That was my next pick.
Ryan, I love how
Screw
we said we
you.
were both be nice, and then we both accidentally burned John's favorites.
So now I burned. So then I burned ocean and earth.
No.
Got nasty fast.
Yeah, this got dark, gang.
Why
To
is the
quote
little
Bugs
still
Bunny.
on the board?
You realize, of course, that this means war.
Sure does.
Dang it!
You started
I-
off with killing shadows.
But were you?
I was like firing opening gunshots there.
All right. So,
Well, Laura's,
dang it! Oops,
Laura's
sorry,
so
I did it
nice.
again.
Oh, you're good.
Wrong.
Laura, can you see who's
Monitor.
left?
What?
Can you see who's left? The spirits remaining?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
All right.
You're on the
I-
clock.
I'm gonna go for some big boom booms.
Okay.
Okay.
I
There's
mean,
a
I'm
lot
gonna-
of booms.
Someone to group up all the enemies so I can come in and smack them.
Okay.
No way.
That means on my team.
No
Are you
way.
grabbing?
Finder?
I thought, no way she was in Grab Finder.
John, I'll let you have this revenge.
No, you don't even. What? You hate Finder.
But John, who are you going to play as in that game?
Oh, that's true. I guess I'll play Finder in that game.
No, I'm playing it. Anyways.
Ugh, Laura's just playing two-handed.
Yeah, sit this one out,
All
sweetie.
right.
That's a good
I'm-
pairing.
And Laura, who are you burning?
I'm gonna burn the little lizard guy.
Oh,
Vengeance?
Vengeance. I thought Vengeance would have stuck around for me.
Bless their little heart.
I honestly thought no one was going to think of Vengeance. I was going to sneak that as my offensive person.
Oh, I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
Laura, why'd you pick Finder?
Because I like when you group them up and I get 60 damage. It's really more about me than about you.
Yeah, that is a good pairing of Finder Thunderspeaker already.
Yee.
Okay, so I'm going twice.
You get
I'm
to
going
Oh,
twice.
Ryan.
Yes.
What?
Okay.
Now you
Okay.
really get to fill out your team.
Okay. I got to be really smart here.
Because you go last. So you go 2 times in a row, and then you don't pick until like the last person's left.
Okay.
Oof. Pick your best ones.
I have.
He'll have a choice between the last pick. Of like,
Pick
Yeah,
something
I
you wanna
will.
play.
Thankfully,
he'll have a choice of 2.
I kind of have an objective here.
Oh.
I think.
You sure you want to tell us about your objective now?
Well, he
Well,
can pick 2.
I'm about to demonstrate it in a
Oh, that's
second.
right.
He can pick 2.
So
Well, first you got pick and then burn, and then pick and then burn.
So there's literally strategy on both. There's strategy in the pick and there's strategy in the burn.
Yeah.
So-
Strategy in the burn is almost harder. Has been harder for me of like who
Yeah.
I want to get rid of.
Okay.
Because like Ocean was a hard pick because I like Ocean on my team.
Yeah.
You jerk.
I know.
All right.
That one stinks.
So for
Not-
my round 2 pick, I am
Okay.
going with
Whoa!
Ooh,
Bringer of dreams and nightmares.
okay.
Wow.
And I am going to
wait before you burn. Explain why bringer, or will that come?
I'll
up?
do that at the end. I'll do that
Okay.
at the end.
I do
wanna
want to
put
hear
it
your
this-
thought process here.
And I will burn Snake.
Ouch.
That is
Oh,
one burn.
man.
They're a little
Thus,
slow against Brandenburg-Prussia. I see that one.
They have elemental Aegis, Laura. I told you about their area defenses.
I don't remember what you thought, babe. I'm so sorry.
thus ends round 2. So let's see here really quick. Let's do a stock take.
We
Laura has Thunder Speaker and Finder.
What?
I
Strong.
like. That is strong.
Strong.
John has, I mean, almost in like a different way, but almost equally as strong. We got River and we have Green.
And that's Travel River, just for everyone.
Okay. And then I have Downpour and Bringer.
I love how John has right now like easy and moderate spirit, and then Ryan has hard and very hard.
Are you
And
saying I'm a
then
dummy?
Laura
Or just call me
has-
stupid.
No,
Laura,
I'm saying that was very
You
little.
also have moderate and very high complexity. So you're
I
right
like
in there with
play
me.
at both ends. I like to play at both ends.
Laura,
know?
you
Hey, I'm just high complexity. All I have are highs. You have very
Oh, I have-
high.
Hi.
Yep.
I-
All
Laura,
right.
you've
And
admitted to not even playing Finder. You've never played that spirit.
You're
what
gonna
a
be on
great time for her to learn.
What a great- No, I'm playing Thunderspeed. You're playing Finder.
Oh no.
Oh man, that is a
You're going to
disaster.
That's My worst spirit, Laura's worst spirit. I'm so bad with
I can't do
Thunderspeaker.
this destruction and I just killed myself.
Okay. Okay.
What is this?
So we are halfway through the roster. There are 12 that have been put on the board and 12 that are
Oh,
not.
go
on
over
the
the
board.
burn pile again.
So the
or
burn
discard.
pile, Shadows is gone,
Ugh.
Oof.
and by extension, Foreboding
Foreboding.
Shadows. Is
Yeah,
Fractured Days. That surprises me.
that was a big
I'm
one.
not gonna lie. That was a sting. That was
That
a sting.
hurt hard.
Look
gonna have my-
at her. Look at her. She's all like, love it.
What a
Then-
grinning smile.
But then you clap back with
I did.
Ocean.
I clapped that card.
With Ocean. I don't mind.
To be kicked on
This
the
next
power
one though, that hurt. I wanted Might Earth on my
had to-
team.
had to
I
sting-
wanted Might Earth
I had to sting
so
each
bad.
of you. I had to sting Laura and Ryan.
Is it? I'll save that comment until later. I'll
Okay.
save that comment until later. Okay, I'm not surprised by these two.
I'm surprised
Vengeance,
by Vengeance.
and Serpent.
Who
I'm
are
actually
you?
not too surprised.
Well, I never hear either of you talk about playing Vengeance.
I've been talking up Vengeance in season 2.
I don't
You-
listen to the
Laura only listens if she's on the episode.
That's fair. Alrighty. So that is who we have. Let us go into round 3. I'm
Before
leading
we
us
start
off.
round 3, looking
What's
at
up?
the discard pile, Earth, Serpent, and Fractured, those are strong support spirits that are gone.
They are. Yeah.
Strong
That
utility
is-
spirits. Like Gifts
that
of
is
Strength.
Woof.
Mm.
That's gone. Fractured. Slip the Flow of Time's gone.
Mm-hmm.
All of Serpent's shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
We're gonna be
Okay.
very supported groups.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Mhm.
very we're all focused on our little board tile.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So let's go ahead.
Oh
go
yeah,
ahead
Ryan,
and
you
hit,
started.
hit the
Yeah.
timer if you will.
5
right,
minutes and
Ryan.
counting down.
Your strategy.
Yeah, tell us what you're thinking here.
Well, I'm not gonna go after this pick. I'm literally the last one.
Wow.
After this pick, I'm literally the last one.
This is huge then. This is a
Yeah.
huge pick.
This like makes or breaks your team.
Yeah, I
Oh, what-
agree.
Okay. I think in hindsight, we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it at the end. We'll do like a little
Talk now,
recap.
You can. What do you mean?
All
A
right.
little recap. I am going to pick.
I think he doesn't want to say too much because he doesn't want us to take his 4th or burn his 4th, Laura.
Ooh, maybe it's like some sort of dark horse.
What?
All right, I called it.
I am taking Volcano.
Volcano looming high? Ryan, what is going on?
And I will burn Shifting Memory.
Okay, I see Bringer and Volcano working well together.
I wanted shifting memory.
Well, you shouldn't have gotten rid of Might Earth.
I wanted a support character. Dang
It's all
it.
just like people being nasty back at each
I
other.
had a dream my team would be so different from this how I'm living. All right, Laura is next.
Oh, I don't even go next. Oh my goodness.
Laura, you can get him back. You can get him back
so
for
mad.
Okay, taking another one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Okay.
since Finder's one of your favorites, question mark. My top 3 on the speaker, Finder, and
I'm gonna go with some defense here.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick Stone.
There it is. Nice.
How is Stone still around? Dang
John,
it.
I thought you would have burned that.
I
thought you would have burned it.
Stone. Oh,
I don't
I'm
have
mad
the
about
courage to stand up to Laura. That is 100% honest.
She is small but mighty.
Long back when I could beat him up when he was 8.
Laura, tell us your thoughts around Stone.
Well, I think she can save that for the end. Aren't we going to go over all
Okay,
those
yeah,
reasons
we'll
at the
go
end?
over our
All right,
team.
so
Yeah.
Laura has gone. All right, Laura, who are you burning?
I'm gonna boot a slow boy.
Okay.
Get rid of Lure.
Oh, getting rid of Lure.
Wow. Another
Nice.
strong against Brandenburg-Prussia.
Did I say
Really?
that weird? Lure? Lure?
Lure?
Lure?
Lure? Yeah.
Like you have molasses coming out of your mouth.
Softly back and ever inward is a strong power.
Yeah. Alrighty. So Laura is
Oh.
done with round 3. All right, John. This is
Double-
it. You got 2 in a row and you're done. You're the first one to complete your team.
Oh, the pressure.
Yeah.
Laura, why'd you-
But your discards will literally shape the rest of this heavily.
Okay, so I go just for like I go and then I go again.
Yeah.
And then Laura and then Ryan.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I
right now, this is the end of round 3.
this is the end of round 3, and I kind of leave you all with scraps,
Yep.
Jerk.
basically.
Yep.
But I mean, you already have strong teams.
Yep. I mean, technically, I think you can get a win against Brandenburg-Prussia 6 with literally any combination
Sure.
of these peeps. This is just all kind of for fun.
but I mean, my team's best.
Well,
Oh.
strong words,
You're
there,
messing
Johnny
with Ryan.
boy.
Okay, so I need to pick my spirits. Remaining, we have Grinning Trickster, Hard the Wildfire, Keeper, Lightning, Mines, Sharp Fangs, Mist, and Starlight. That's a good bunch.
It is. It is.
Who are you gonna go?
John, you have some favorites still left here.
I do have some because I love. Yeah, a lot of these I like. Even recently, some new favorites I've been liking.
I think Laura has gotten the majority of her favorites. I think
Yeah,
looking
Finder being her
here,
number one.
I think, John, you and I have the most favorites here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Wind Lightning.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
I dig. And I like actually announcing which aspect because then we have to. Well, it's because like on the day
Oh.
you have to go with what you said.
Well,
Oh, sorry, I never actually technically said.
I
So let me just
I meant
switch to
amends.
pandemonium. Yeah. Yep. So you said wind.
I'm gonna go with Wind. Oh, I guess. Well, I'm the only one who gets to be an aspect because we burned Shadows and Earth.
Yeah. You have the only
And
aspect out there.
yes. How
So
about that?
I
Nice.
just like my low complexities. Like Laura said, I'm an idiot.
I didn't mean it like that.
John the dummy, you please. You could get a lot done with low complexities.
Just gonna go.
Ryan, if you need a
All right. So, John, who are you gonna burn?
I burn.
Who are you burning? That is the question.
Oh, so Laura's next.
After you do this, well, yes. In round 4, this is still technically the end of round 3.
I don't even know if this is one of Laura's favorites anymore, but I'm burning many minds.
Oh, okay. I'm fine with that one.
What?
I
I
think
thought
she's
you liked
fine
that one
with that
still.
Thus ends round 3. Do
I
you
was
guys
duped.
mind?
I want to unburn minds.
Do you guys mind if we do a stock take really quick, but right before we
Yes.
go into the last one?
Or no, I don't mind. Yes, I mind.
Okay, let's see here. Let's look at Laura's team. She has Thunder Speaker, Finder, and Stone.
What
Oof.
up?
Man, that is strong.
Whoa. Blight counts as negative scoring points, and you're going to get a lot of blight with stone.
They can take it right back off the board, so whatever.
Darn it. You cheat.
Okay, so okay, I'll save that thought until the end. Looking at John, I actually like this.
The middleman.
I have team base game.
You do. Let's see. You got Spread of Rampant Green. You have River, Surges, and Sunlight. But you do have River and Lightning.
Yeah,
You got River and Lightning.
That's a good
River
combo.
pairs so well with both of these. So well. And Lightning loves having green on their team.
Yes. Give me that growth.
And then
Okay,
I
Ryan, your team.
have Downpour, Bringer, and Volcano.
Interesting.
I
mean,
like
strong
that.
spirits.
What was that, Laura?
I like that combo.
Okay.
What do you like about it?
Bringer can't kill, but he pushes, so he can push everything into where Volcano is about to explode.
The fear push classic.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of set up a good little zone for.
Yeah.
Feed
And
the
let's
mountain.
look at who we have left to pick from.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't just edit that out anymore, can I? We are live. We'll do it live.
We're doing it live.
Yeah, hopefully the John and Ryan remember to say this in the intro bit, but I'm coming off the heels of a ridiculous weekend that I had where I had a sore throat. And so that is why I don't sound like my normal
It was more
self.
than a sore
I'm
throat.
Almost.
You lost your voice.
Dude, I
Yeah.
could not even speak
Yeah.
yesterday morning, which is too
Oh.
bad because we had a quartet that we had to sing.
Oh, well.
More on that later. If you guys really want to hear about that, then we can tell you. All right, we got Grinning Trickster Stirs Up Trouble. We got Wildfire, Keeper, Sharp Fangs,
Our bing.
Mist, and Starlight.
All right,
I know-
John.
Be really
I know Laura's
interesting.
picking Starlight.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, John, as
Do that
we
mean
go
already-
on into the beginning of round 4, the fourth and final round, who is it that you're going to pick? Who completes the team of John?
Well, I mean, my most played out of the remaining ones is Trickster. I really like Trickster.
Yeah. I would say, knowing you, I think you've played Trickster and Fangs probably the most out of
Yes,
this
you're
selection
correct.
of peeps.
Um,
But Trickster the
other
most.
people are
Trickster the
playing them.
most.
I've
Was that, Laura?
watched-
But other people are going to be playing these spirits too.
That's true.
That's true. And I need to think of like team type of thing. Like, what do I need on my team? Because I got support defense kind of with green, and then I got control with river, and then offense with lightning. I could use more support.
I just had a fun idea,
Yeah.
and I'll bring it up at the end. This happened live. This idea happened live, but I think it'd be cool at the end. So just hopefully I
Okay.
remember it.
I hope you remember because I won't, and Laura certainly will.
I'm gonna write it down in the
Already
notes right now.
Laura, who should I pick?
For your team?
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks.
I think you should go with
You said you want Keeper? Is that what you said?
Or I could also see Sharp Fangs working well with your team.
John, this is your team. This is your team. This is
John?
yours.
Or maybe Trickster.
Laura, at this point, you're just naming the spirits left.
Possibly Mist.
Have we
That's
thought
exactly
about
what
wildfire?
she's doing.
What about Starlight? Have we considered Starlight? I'd like to put Starlight back on the table.
Let's bring back mines. Are they still? Are they still?
Dumpster?
Yeah. Can we take them out of the dumpster?
I didn't
It
know
is-
what to
Um,
expect with this draft, but just like what Luke said for episode 8, this is not going to go the way you think. Oh, jeez, I hate that movie.
Kind of nice not being able to plan.
In a way, it is, because I'm like, we'll just see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Right?
Yep.
I'm gonna go Starlight.
Starlight.
Wow. Starlight.
I almost
Okay.
kind of surprised myself. There.
Wow. Okay.
There.
Right on.
I don't even know like who's gonna play what
Mhm.
on for my team.
I call
So-
dibs on Starlight.
The
Oh no, I don't want to
question
lose.
is now, John. Who do you
Yeah,
burn?
Anna.
This is his last middle finger that he can give to us on his way out.
In a very kind and loving way.
Sure.
And
Sure.
of course, yeah. I mean, we're all friends here, right? Right, everyone? Right,
Well,
fam?
Yeah.
Well,
You
not,
did burn
not after
Ocean.
this. Not after this.
You burned Ocean, she says.
Well, I don't even know, Laura, who you would want left from this group.
I don't know either.
All right, John, who are you going to burn?
Um,
I do like, by the way, the fact that even if you do go last, you do still have a choice. It's not like you are literally like locked into whoever's like the end
True.
table scrap.
that
kind of
is
thing.
true.
I do like that.
I'm just trying to think. I burn Mist. Love you, buddy. Ryan has put down the headset. He is walking away. Welcome back, buddy.
Hey, guys.
Oh
what's up?
no. The
Oh.
sadness.
Did you leave?
All right, so there is John's team. There is John's team. All right, let's write that down.
Ryan, you still get option 2.
That's okay. That's okay. All right. So, John, your base game is like conventional.
That's true. Starlight. And
Starlight.
very high complexity. Which, in my mind, Starlight is a low complexity spirit in my mind. So
Not this again. If you bring up a funnel, I
it's a
swear
funnel
to God.
thing. It just gets easier as the game goes on.
I'm so sick of funnels.
Ryan here's the word funnel.
I'm like turning over with night terrors in my dreams at night. I'm kidding. All right.
Oh,
So,
man.
Laura, you get to now finish off your team. I see this one's the most interesting because I'm looking at this. I'm like, look, here are 2 of my favorites.
Yeah.
One that I'm like, one that she's like, and then one
Yeah.
of John's like favorites. But John's already done, so you don't even have to think about that.
Right. So if we burn his, it won't even be a screw you to him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
mean-
go with one of my all-time faves that I'm so glad John didn't burn. Very much wanted Keeper on my team.
There we go.
Man.
There we go.
So I thought Laura didn't want Keeper because you said John
Yeah.
pick Keeper.
Interesting.
Yeah,
She grabs
did.
Keeper.
I did say that because I wanted you to not think I wanted it.
Darn it. I've been duped. I burned mines instead of Keeper.
No
And then-
worries.
I think to end my turn, I'm gonna discard Trickster. So Ryan
Whoa.
gets
Okay. That
two
was
Oh,
very kind of you.
that was kind.
That was very kind. Thank you, Laura.
John, this is how we can do it.
No,
Okay.
this was evil.
Okay. This is interesting. Okay, can I just say for the record that the side-by-side artwork of Wildfire and Sharp Fangs actually kind of works.
That looks like they're one picture.
It
Doesn't
does.
that kind of look like it is in the same?
That's insane.
Doesn't it
Yeah.
work?
That's crazy.
I'm zooming in.
Okay.
This almost might be a harder pick for Ryan than Trickster.
If I zoom in, can you guys see it zooming in?
yeah,
If I zoom in, look at that. Look at that. I mean, that looks good.
Okay,
That
that
looks
that's
really
like-
good.
okay, that looks like it's the same picture.
That is incredible. All right, let me go. And hey,
the
look at this.
podcast listeners love that bit.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I'm so sorry for all of you that
The
are
pictures
listening
look
to this.
similar. They look like they're
Okay.
put together, podcast listeners.
Okay. Yeah.
I think this might even be harder for Ryan because if there was Trickster and like Wildfire, it wouldn't even been a pick. But now
Right.
these are 2 of Ryan's absolute favorites. This might have been a harder choice to leave
you
him.
gotta decide on one of them.
Yeah,
Both offensive.
both offensive,
let's
both
get
good
a
against
fight for it.
Brandenburg. What'd you say,
And
Laura?
One of them is going to add more blight to your board, and that is not points.
But Wildfire can take off blight really easily too.
Well, that's true.
With Right Innate that I don't know names of because we can't have editing Ryan for this. So
Are you talking about Wildfire, Burned Land Regrows?
there it is. I don't know names as well.
My few strengths in this world is remembering those cards. That's
I was about to say,
one of
sorry, walking encyclopedia, and I love it.
Hey, John, what is Sharp Fangs Red Innate?
I don't use it. It's not a real thing.
What is it?
Raging Hunt?
That's the other one.
I know, because that's the only one that gets triggered.
Frenzied Assault.
No one uses that one. No one has fire. You never have enough fire.
All right. I think I know what I'm going to do.
All right. Bated breath.
Going with
Wildfire.
We're going for it. And unfortunately, we have to burn Fangs.
Fangs. Ryan, you've changed.
And
Between both. A lot of blight.
So, okay. Put that away. Wrap this up on the show notes. Okay, let us look now at the teams.
So Laura won.
Okay. Wow, Laura has a strong team. But John, you and I are kind of the fault for that, aren't we?
Yeah, that's true. How do we let Laura get team S tier?
Okay. Laura's team. Laura, do you want to go ahead and announce who you have for your team and the thoughts that went behind it?
Leading the team, the ever-present Thunder Speaker. Then we have Finder mopping the board around. We've got Stone, who's able to take it all and give it back. And then we have Moneybags Keeper over in the corner, like our Batman, just bankrolling all of their assaults.
Can we make it a rule where Laura can't do the broken build of Keeper where you do 2 presents every turn? Can we just make that a rule? So then it won't be Moneybags. You have to go bottom track. You were not allowed to go up top track.
I'm sorry. I'm going to let whoever ends up playing Keeper play them how they were designed by the team.
I'm gonna play Keeper and make it a pick 1.
John's not
Pick 1.
Pick 1, not even a pick 2.
No. And you just tank her score.
Looks like I didn't grow.
Looks like Laura got a score of only 10.
So my theory was I did really like how Thunder Speaker and Finder meshed well together, because there's nothing worse than marching your little Dahan army in and then finding out there's nothing left to blow up. So I love the synergy of Keeper and Thunder Speaker. And then the other two, I just like playing. So there they are.
Yeah, it's interesting because Stone allows Blight and Keeper doesn't like growing to lands with Blight. So that's kind of a clash there, I see. No thoughts from Laura. Okay.
Well, I didn't think it out.
So Finder Thunder Speaker is a dangerous pairing.
Yeah.
Very dangerous pairing. John, you took away one of the ways that she can make Dahan. Laura, did you burn Fractured?
I did that to myself, yes.
Okay. That was a choice. All right.
I burned Ocean to spite Laura. That was my spite.
That was a spite pick.
Yeah.
So let's see. Thunder Speaker, Finder, Stone, and Keeper. Wow. All right. Well, she does have Blight removal with Stone and Keeper.
True.
Here you go.
As long
Finder
as Keeper is
care.
wetlands or jungle.
Anyway,
I
Keeper,
see a good pairing here of Stubborn Solidity with Thunder Speaker as well. I see that. That's going to be pretty good.
Yep.
I think.
I don't know what that is.
Dahan can't be affected by anything. So they're invincible.
It's like one card art where they're like breaking the sword with their forearm.
Oh, okay.
What this means is that Dahan are going to be staying alive more often, but this also helps Sworn to Victory, which means that you are less likely to have that trigger, which means that hopefully more Dahan can stay alive in that respect as well.
It says Dahan in target land cannot be changed, Laura. So
Yeah.
they can't die or be moved or disease events, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Well, that should be nice.
That is nice.
And then Keeper doesn't care about Dahan, so they'll just boot all of their Dahan.
Yes.
That forgotten special rule.
Not opposite sides.
Yes. But I mean, you have Finder there to just go, hey, I'll grab them, take them out.
There is a lot of Dahan control on this team, even with Keeper's special rule.
Yeah.
And obviously with Thunder Speaker Finder. Like a lot of moving Dahan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like it, Laura.
River along with it.
Right on. Okay, let us go ahead and talk about John's team here. This
Base
is also
game.
a really solid team, I think.
Base
Yeah.
game.
John, lead us through it.
First pick, I was very confused by. 'Cause
You
I
were confused by?
Well, I lost Shadows and Fractured before I was able to pick.
Gotcha.
So it
You were
kind of
delirious.
I was like scrambling. What? So, I mean, green's good against Brandenburg-Prussia, fast grower, can help other people grow fast. And like we were talking, other people are going to be playing these spirits. So yeah, I figured Ryan was probably going to play green, who does a great job with green type of thing. So
Nice.
yeah, that was the thought process behind that. I think, yeah, I think I was almost just like in, you know, when a bomb goes off, not that I've ever had a bomb go off, but you like lose your hearing or whatever, like a big,
And
that's
you're
where I felt
dazed.
like I was instantly in daze. And I was just like, okay, I just need to find a good spirit who can like be the anchor.
Who's good?
Yeah,
Yeah,
who's good. So that was
a solid pick for sure.
pick.
Good start.
And then the dust kind of settled. And I took River. So
There you go.
one of my top played spirits, and I really like the travel aspect of just having that defense and being able to move Dahan around, make that river the highway of sadness that Ryan calls. So bring him towards the invaders to fight them.
That's true. It is Travel River. You did say that. You did say,
I did say travel. Oh, I would never play Sunshine.
I was thinking more towards like base, but
Base is good. I still like base. I play base a lot on like digital or Steam.
Sure.
Yeah, this will be physical, so I'll play with travel.
I like travel.
I think then we had a slew of picks, so I kind of was like, right? Or no? No, did I pick? I think I picked River and Lightning back to back.
You did.
Wait, oh.
Green River back to back. Then you waited. Then you waited for a while. Then you did Lightning Starlight back to back.
It was a little low pickings at the end.
It was slow pickings. I think all I was thinking is I wanted pairings. I remember in our All-Star series, Ryan, or maybe it was it was our All-Star series where Ryan, like every single person was a good pairing.
Yeah.
Or a duo or a trio.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, River Green's good, but who is River good with? And Lightning was still left. So I was like trying to find those pairings, and Lightning is good with Green. So there's like that pairing type of thing.
Yeah.
Because even like Raging Storm and Creeper Stare and a Mortar is a good.
Lightning loves Starlight on their team.
Oh, that's true.
Why?
They can gift cards.
Oh.
Yeah.
And not just gift cards, 2 at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lightning really likes that.
Oh, yeah.
Lightning really likes that.
Hey, that's good synergy there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I was just thinking I wanted a support person because I do like support. And I was thinking like a supportive Starlight, like Ryan is saying with Boon of Reimagining. And even there's the Plantinate that gives out cards. There's the Water Innate that can heal the land. I don't know. There's cool builds that Starlight that I think I might play Starlight in the game. Because I kind of have like a build in mind, and I just hope I pull the right cards. But I was thinking like Ryan was saying, be a more supportive, because then everyone's kind of ebbing and flowing together.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to just play someone, pull someone from Jagged Earth, because I was very base game.
Yeah.
The first 3.
Mm-hmm.
So
man, I have to clear my throat again. I hate this. I hate that I can't get rid of it.
do it live. Do it live.
Can't get rid of this. I have to stick with it.
I don't know if it'll be as strong as Laura's or Ryan's, but I'm just gonna photocopy Dahan with River's Bounty. So
yeah.
Try that way.
Yeah, and then clean up Blight with I think it's the Water Innate type of thing.
Well, I think it's really cool, Babe, that you picked 3 kind of like baser level games.
I like that too. Yeah, I did. I actually like that as well.
To help influence all 3 of those. So that's going to shape up into a really interesting game.
Starlight's going to be a wonky one.
Dude.
What, Ryan?
With high score stuff, against Brandenburg-Prussia, he has access to Water Starlight, who can really get rid of Blight.
Yeah.
But he has Plant Starlight that can give cards.
Mm-hmm.
And Green, look at this team. Think about Lightning. Think about who can help Lightning. No,
all
seriously.
Of these people.
Starlight can give cards.
Green can
in
build
multiple ways. Green can give presents.
Green can grow them. Yep.
and River can give energy. John.
I just might
John.
boost.
You're gonna have
lightning.
like boosted lightning.
Well,
That could be fun. That
Ryan,
could be really
what
fun.
was that? What was that stationary gun you talked about in World War II?
Howitzer.
Howitzer gun. That's gonna be my lightning. I'm just gonna
I like it.
blow up lands with lightning.
Did that accidentally happen?
It kind of accidentally happened. I mean,
That's
as
so
the spirits
cool.
fell to me.
That's so cool.
Because I'm just gonna have everyone boost up lightning, and then wind
Yeah.
lightning can get bonus range. So that's range 2 of thundering destruction.
All right,
Yeah.
that's John's team name, Team Howitzer.
Ooh,
I like it. Laura, what's your team?
What's your team name, Laura?
Boom Boom Town or something? Boom Town?
I like that. Well, that
Finder
sounds
in
like
the Finder in the Boom Booms.
I'll circle back to that. I'll circle back.
Come back. To me.
Okay.
And then there's Ryan.
Do you hear that? I was saying okay and alrighty at the same time, and I went okay.
Oh, cruddy.
Alrighty. So I have Downpour, Bringer, Volcano, and Wildfire. So I was assuming that Mist and Sharp Fangs were going to get burned really early. So I actually didn't go for them. And early, I just put it off as a joke. I actually don't mind that Mist was
Mist was
burned.
close. You almost got
Because,
Mist.
no joke, I was like, there's no way they're letting me have it. There's no way. So I'm going to make a game plan that doesn't have him in
I
there.
had to burn Mist at the end. I'm sorry, Ryan.
The one I was really hoping to get. We'll talk about which pick. At the end here, when we're completely done, we'll talk about the discard pile and which picks were spite picks and which ones are I was nice.
Yeah.
And we can even. Did you guys do any picks, by the way? Spite picks for who was on your team? Like, Laura, did you steal Finder as a spite?
That's what I thought.
We can talk about that later, too, if you want.
Genuinely stole Finder because I was like, John's going to be good at it and John's going to be on my team.
Nice.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll all be playing together. That's true.
You know what? That's what we'll do at the end. We'll talk about who did you pick for you and who did you pick in line of like other people.
Okay.
So going off of my team, so the foundational basis was coverage of role. And I figured since I had the first pick, I should probably get someone who can technically be anything.
Yep.
Because then they are my flex in case one of you two completely shreds like the discard pile, meaning that I don't have anyone in that role that I need left. Like, what if I needed a controller and there's just nobody?
That's a good thought process because you picked first and then had such a long break.
So I'm like,
in
I
between.
need to do a pick with somebody who can do anything.
Everything. Yeah.
Starlight then.
Huh?
Oh.
Why Downpour and not Starlight? I was almost expecting you to go ahead and pick Starlight first.
Downpour because
They're better.
I think this one would have to err on the side of just personal bias. I just have so much fun with them. I also like the fact that they can get rid of Blight really easily. I like a town nuker or a building nuker as well. I think that's fun. So, but the baseline was I need somebody who's a good all-rounder. Because if John and Laura take various peeps and there's no more controllers, then I have my flex. They're like in my opinion, I thought they're like be the ultimate flex.
I think, well, even to that point, Laura, like Starlight starts as an all-rounder, but kind of becomes a focused thing. Like,
okay.
They might start where you can be anything, but maybe like Ryan was saying, maybe they just become a blight removal
So
spirit.
they don't have like, mid-game flexibility to kind of plug holes.
It depends on the build, but yeah, usually.
I mean, they are very defensively minded, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured that could help me in the early game. But simply put, they are whatever they spam. And if they spam Rain of Blood, they're a Fear Spirit. If they spam Call to Migrate, they're a Dahan mover. If they spam, you get the idea.
Yeah.
So that is why I picked Downpour. So Bringer,
I think Bringer was the bigger surprise. Downpour, I'm like,
Yeah?
oh yeah, Ryan's played Downpour a bunch.
Right.
Strong Spirit, we all love Downpour. Bringer was the one I was just like, whoa.
what did you think, Laura, about me taking Bringer?
I'm not playing that.
Laura's always thinking about number one.
It was also, I mean, I have not heard you champion Bringer. It wasn't like they instantly like worked really well together. So it was, and like Mist was still on the board, and all of the other ones I can't remember the names of are still on the board. So it was like, what? That one? Why? Her? Egg?
Okay.
Egg and
John, what went through your head when I picked Bringer?
I mean, I like Bringer, especially against Brandenburg, because they can find the right major, and like if you can make this a fear team, like you said with Downpour, like you could just rush the deck and win like in 4 turns with this team.
I like Bringer.
I like Bringer. I was surprised. It was 100%. I was like Laura was saying, there was Wildfire, there was Fangs, and there was Mist still on the table, like 3 of your top 5.
So I wanted a dedicated fear spirit, but the reason why I went for Bringer was I wanted at this point to still cover some bases, and I wanted to cover the utility and control kind of niche there. And I figured, you know what? Bringer does utility, fear, and control. I think I like this. And if I need them to, Downpour can definitely do defense. Definitely do defense. And I wouldn't mind having easier innates going off because they're giving out elements.
Oh, yeah.
Bringer being able to flip that fear card for a 4-person team, that's huge.
It's nice. It's nice.
So many people can plan around that. That's a card play for everybody. It's like, in a land with Dahan, remove an explorer. Everyone moves Dahan to a land, to a land explorer. Like that is very utilitarian.
Yep. So then Volcano. Oh, go ahead, Laura. Go ahead.
Oh, it's just like, so you got Bringer, then back to back you've got
Volcano. Volcano was my dedicated offense / let's make Laura happy pick. I wanted to make sure that you had a good embassy on my team. But I also thought that if I have Downpour, I can remove Blight, which means that the Volcano player can just have so much fun here if they wanted to.
And just can
smart.
go off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
So I figured, you know what? Also, Bringer helping them get to some of their innates to refuel Furnace of the Earth or the Volcanic Explosive Eruption could actually be pretty cool here.
Ooh.
But I figured, okay, that could work.
And
so they were my offense pick for my team here. So then at the very end, we have Wildfire, and it was between Wildfire Fangs. I was looking at various token users on my team. I didn't really have any. I have great Dahan manipulation with everybody so far. Downpour does it really well. Bringer does it really well. Heck, even
Volcano can move them.
Volcano has it. So I'm like, okay, both Wildfire and Fangs can do Dahan, so I'm already winning there, which is nice. I don't really have a whole lot of bad guy control, which is, it's fine. Terrifying Chase is phenomenal, but I'd rather use it for, beasts.
Yeah.
But it's decent for getting bad guys around. I did miss having the opportunity to maybe push more bad guys out into where Volcano could go, but I figured that perhaps Downpour can just find something like that if need be.
Or like Laura said, Bringer can fear push people.
What pushed me over the edge for Wildfire was A, lack of other beast users on my team. Because, and I know that you were nice with the Trickster burn, Laura, but that was a beast user. That may have affected, if it was Fangs Trickster, I would have also been kind of like, oh no, because then I'm like, I have to pick one and I can't have both. So if you burned Wildfires, it could have been different. This could have gone so many different ways.
This could have changed everything.
So here's what pushed me over the edge. Well, once again, lack of beast users elsewhere. But I thought, you know what? Although they do Blight, Downpour can get rid of Blight and Wildfire can get rid of Blight. I don't think that's so bad. But the big one for both Bringer and especially Wildfire, Volcano is giving range. That is huge for Wildfire. For Wildfire, that is amazing. Wildfire can buff Bringer, which is huge, and can also buff Volcano, which can be big.
Yeah.
That is what tipped me over the edge, was, Exaltation of Molten Stone on Wildfire. Ooh. Or Flame's Fury on Volcano. Or heck, even Bringer. That
I like Flames Fury on Predatory Nightmares, because that's 2 damage. If you make that 3 damage and destroy a city as bringer and get 5 fear,
Woof.
Yeah. So let's look at this discard pile, and let's go ahead and look at who burned them. Like, first, who's there, who burned them, and what was the impetus behind it. So first up, John, who do we have here?
We have Foreboding Shadows.
That
it's
was
a
me. That was me. That was a spite pick. Or a spite burn. That was a spite burn.
Played.
Here's why I did it. I figured this was one of those, what do they call those? A preliminary strike or something like that, where it's, I think you're going to hurt me, so I'm going to hurt you before you hurt me.
I was definitely going to hurt everyone. It was the right call.
I figured that I usually play nice. So I'm like, I'm going to play nice, and then John's going to be mean, and then I'm going to wish that I didn't play nice. So I'm just going to hit him now.
That was smart.
So that's why we did Shadows. Who's next?
I just didn't want to be on a team with this one.
With Fractured, yeah.
Fractured Days split Laura's mind.
That was Laura.
Get it.
So were you thinking of the fact that that could have been a character that could add to Han for you?
Nope, not at all, because I didn't know.
She was seeing red. She was blinded by
Laura,
red.
have you played Fractured? I'm trying to figure out which spirits you've played in this game.
I may have shot myself in the foot with that one a little bit. But it was more like a instinct. It was like, burn something. I just came on and railed about how much I don't like that one. Goodbye. But look at it. Maybe I should have kept that around.
I mean, your team is pretty fine. So
Her team's fine.
The
The next burn spirit was Ocean.
I mean, I was just mad. Flat out. I was very mad because Shadows and Foreboding are both in my top 5 as like
he was lashing out. He had
So I know Ocean, which I'm kind of regretting now because having River, I'm like, ooh, River plus Ocean would have been.
Ooh, yeah.
This is our great combo.
That could have been good.
That could have been something.
That could have been good.
But I was just seeing red like Laura.
That's
I just
fair.
saw red and I just fired away. And then Might Earth, I think Ryan was after that one. I felt like
no, you burned Ocean and then immediately Might Earth.
And then immediately Might Earth. I had a feeling, Ryan, that you were like gonna sneakily pick Might Earth.
I was. I wanted Might Earth so bad.
Oh no!
I thought Mist was gonna go before Earth, and you caught me. You caught me. You found me out.
Might's a strong aspect, a strong spirit. Yeah. So it was. I knew
John is like, nobody does aspects but me.
No, only me.
Next, we have Laura's Burn with
Vengeance. I don't ever give the 3 of us talking about play. I mean, I know you guys have played them to some level of success, but y'all don't talk about playing them very often. So I didn't want a dud on my team that someone was figuring out, and I don't like it. So
what we do is we just pull up Ray's guide and then we play Vengeance. So.
Right, it's entirely fair. Yeah.
Laptop out.
Team Vengeance can be back.
Okay.
So Laura, you had a fun time. Like we've had the combo of like Finder and Vengeance, where I was finding you were Vengeance. Like you've had fun with the lizard.
We did that one time, and I don't remember most of it. I remember that at the end, I was like, "Oh, I don't hate it." There we go.
Okay.
So I shot myself in the foot a little bit with these next 2 because I burned the next 2 of Serpent and Shifting.
I was mad about these, dude.
This was one of those things where I'm like, I would love to have majors for Bringer, but I don't want John to have support.
I love my support spirits.
But I was like, to be fair though, I think against Brandenburg-Prussia, I am looking at the early games of both these spirits, and I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah.
It can be done. And I'm like, I'll take my risks elsewhere. Just not here in the early game.
Everyone, like, Downpour can be quick. Wildfire, like, growth phase turn 1, you're already taking out an Explorer.
I think if it weren't Brandenburg-Prussia 6, it would have been a different game, but they're just so quick. Some of the guys that take a while to wake up and really become good. They're like...
Yeah. I mean, it's an 8-turn game. It's a quick game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, we had one of Laura's burns.
Laura, you burned lure? I forgot that.
Any thoughts there? It's just kind of like a
Lord doesn't like slow powers.
Burn, mist, and be a jerk to Ryan, or Trickster and John.
You're too nice.
I guess I could have burned many mines or something, but
Okay.
yeah, it was just also Brandenburg-Prussia again is like, I guess Lure probably does stuff quicker. Why do I keep thinking that they're just so slow it won't do anything?
They only have one fast power.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, you said you didn't like how slow they were.
And here's the other thing, like we're making our team, and I keep forgetting, other than with Finder, that like I'm not going to be playing most of these spirits. So you're kind of like, play that one, get rid of it, and you're like, wait a sec, somebody else played that one very well.
Mm-hmm. The next two were burned by John.
Yeah.
First of those being...
Well, the first one was many mines because I didn't know if it was a spite pick towards Laura because all mine were spite picks, but Laura seemed fine with it, so I was grumpy.
I don't really care for many mines anymore, so...
Yeah, but when you top deck sea monsters, you have a fun time.
I found the good sea monsters when we were cleaning. Somebody shoved it in a drawer, so now I can do that again.
Yeah, I thought we threw it away. Laura has it like stashed away for her own.
Nice.
And then the next one. So
you were trying to stab me with that one, weren't you?
My first one was Laura. The next one was Miss, and that was towards Ryan.
That's fair. Thankfully, I was prepared for it. I went in today thinking I'm not getting Sharp Fangs. I'm not getting Missed. That's just not happening.
I couldn't let you have Missed.
That's fair.
Couldn't do it.
That's fair.
Those were my burns.
And then the second to last burn was Trickster.
I think I already said that. What's not one of Ryan's favorites, so I wanted to give Ryan a nice...
I appreciate that.
Saves.
I appreciate that.
Boring at the end, you know?
What was that? Say that again?
Otherwise, it would be boring at the end. Ryan's like, this is an easy decision. So...
Bam, done. Yeah.
I think through.
Okay.
Even Laura, looking at your team, it makes sense that you like Burn, Lure, and Trickster because you just don't have a lot of like token people. I guess you have some, Badlands and Wilds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But not like Beasts.
Not Beasts or Strife.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. And then at the end, it wasn't that I intentionally burned Fangs. It was just, like I said before, I had chosen Wildfire for other reasons, and they were just the one who happened to be at the end. So, I'm curious, as for when it comes to who you picked on your team, like I can start for mine, who were you thinking for you and who were you thinking for others? For me, I was thinking Downpour or Bringer for me, and then Vengeance, listen to me. Volcano, I was like, yeah, that's for Laura. That's for Laura. I figured John might be able to do Bringer.
I was about to say, I would take Bringer on that team. I enjoy
Bringer.
playing Bringer. And I'm going to do a turn one major, baby.
Hey, and Wildfire was just like the last one. So I'm like, I could take Downpour or Wildfire. If Bringer happens to be there, cool. But my definitive team pick for somebody else was Volcano.
Aww.
Mm-hmm.
Aww. You're so kind.
I think if we, we're obviously going to need a fourth. If we bring in Jason, Ryan, our friend Jason, he's played Downpour a few times, right? Or at least once.
And very well. Very well.
Yeah.
Or if we snagged brother JP, he likes Wildfire.
It's true. It's true.
We could do that too. Yeah, we got many options there.
John, was there anyone on your team that you intentionally thought for somebody else?
I mean, looking at now, Ryan, eventually I'm like, oh yeah, Ryan can play green. But like I was saying, I was in such a haze that my first pick. But I think Ryan should play green. For the rest, like Laura, who do you want to play on my team if green's gone?
None of them.
I know. I feel bad.
No, don't
I'll do Starlight. Bad. I'll do Starlight all day or Wind Lightning. Seriously.
Okay, Laura, who would you pick then? If
still none of them.
Okay.
I no, I was looking at them and I'm like, I've tried all of them on the app except for Starlight, and I was just like, it's funny. They're just all characters that I've been like, well, anyways. So, I'm not going to screw it up for you.
I think you should go Starlight again.
Oh no.
I think you can make that work. Face
Yikes.
your fears.
Or you were talking about them being useful. What if they weren't?
A support character. What if not?
In the hypothetical situation that this happens.
Or
like,
you could do no reclaim build and just like play whatever cards you pull from the deck.
Not this again.
No reclaim.
Laura,
Yeah,
was there anyone on your team that you were thinking of other players for? If you didn't, that's fine. I'm just curious.
Well, sorry. Jeez.
Let's all clear our throats. We're all like,
We're doing it live.
The sickest June ever. Obviously, John plays a really, really good finder. So
Yeah.
I did pull that.
yeah.
Him. The other two were a little bit more like, again, Stone was like, I like playing Stone. And I was like, oh, wait. I don't know who else likes playing Stone. But Ryan, between Stone and Keeper, which one would you do?
Probably keeper.
Keeper. So then whoever
Probably.
we get can definitely play Stone.
Bring back Sarah to play Stone.
Oh, no.
Oh
Tried.
no.
Oh, no. Do you
I
mind
bring
saying
her
that
back.
again? Do you mind saying that again? The computer's being funny.
My poor friend, just not a fan of Spirit Island, tried playing Stone, just about lost her mind. And now she's pregnant. So that would be fun on Pregnancy Brain.
Oh.
Maybe
My
it'll
God.
help her with two.
Maybe.
power, two minds.
Focus
Maybe. Who knows?
Stone's not that hard. It's a moderate, so it's really not that hard. I think for like, you know, your average Joe player to kind of waltz it.
Mhm.
So any of our favorites like Seth or Jason or whoever
Yeah.
can totally play it.
So, the thing I thought of as just a fluke idea that just could just add some spice to make this interesting.
Oh.
What if on the day,
What if we put money on it?
whoever's team it is, like if it's John's team or whatever, they pick last / they don't get to pick. Everyone else picks first.
No.
We don't have to.
Laura's like, no one better pick Thunder Speaker.
Like,
Do you mind saying that again?
I like that idea.
It just makes it spicy. And don't worry, Laura, you're safe because we don't want to take.
We wouldn't dare.
That is
And on my team, I think somebody else would take Finder before I ended up with that one because that's the only one I would want to play.
That's true.
But it can be fun. It can be fun, and it could be a way of like not enforcing that you have your favorite or something. I don't know. It was just a thought.
That would be fun. I like that idea.
I'm down.
We have to say it at least once for the record. John, you have growth through sacrifice as your background.
We're all like, well, Ryan, this was your idea to get a background.
Yeah, to those of you who are listening to this on the audio only, we each have a background for our call here, our video call. And I just have some Starlight. Wow, I can't talk. Starlight artwork because I just think that some of Emily Hancock's work for this game is just like the absolute coolest and best.
Yeah.
Laura, of course, has.
Because I
Say it again.
Of course, the microphone gives out. I did it again.
my
What is happening? All right,
Speak, Laura.
that is literally the fourth time. Okay.
I have lure because I'm being ironic.
You are confusing. The listeners will believe you.
Letting them into thinking I have lure. No, it's Thunder Speaker.
It's Thunder Speaker. Yep, Laura's background is Thunder Speaker, and John's
I have the best card in the game.
growth through sacrifice.
I have growth through sacrifice. I hope we pull it so I win the game.
Yeah. So there are our teams. Once again, Laura, do you want to say what your team was?
Thunder Speaker, Finder, Stone, and Keeper.
And John, what was your team?
I had Spread Rampant Green, Travel River, Wind Lightning, and Starlight.
And for my team, I have Downpour Drenches the World, Bringer of Dreams and Nightmares, Volcano Looming High, and Heart of the Wildfire. So, this has been episode 1 of 4 of this little Brandenburg-Prussia Takedown series. May the best team win, and good luck, I suppose. And I'm actually really excited. This is going to be very interesting. This did not go the way I thought, but I didn't know what to think in the first place. So,
Quick, we have Team Howitzer. Ryan, what's yours?
oh. Okay.
Also, Ryan said to remind him something about the end.
That's that's what it was. Yep.
Stupid
but thank
John,
you though.
we already
No.
did that.
You're good. You're a good listener. That's what that means. Either that, or you just looked at my notes and you saw that you're supposed to.
I don't read.
I don't know. John, did we have a name for John's team?
Team
Oh,
Howitzer.
John. Sorry. Laura's team. That's what I meant. Sorry,
Oh.
Laura's team.
I'm just gonna go with
John's.
Laura's Loves.
Laura's loves. That's
Plus
fair.
Finder?
Featuring Finder.
Featuring
I like
Finding Laura's loves. There we go.
Finding Laura's Loves?
I don't know. I kind of have a dark theme with Volcano and Bringer, but then I have Wildfire and so it's like a nighttime fire. It's like
Ooh. I feel like a team of fire and smoke, because when water
that's what
hits,
I'm. Yeah,
and in the nighttime you get like smoke from campfires and it becomes misty.
I was leaning towards those emotions. Yeah, it was like something about the shifting mists of the darkened sky or something. Just because, like you said, when water hits fire, steam, but it's kind of night. But then there's like,
I like that.
it's kind of like the Dark Knight because the volcano ash is covering everything. The sky is blocked out, so it's just really dark.
Ooh.
I have like a surprisingly Armageddon team, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, look, I have Volcano, I have
Four
Wildfire.
Horsemen.
That's scary. And then Bringer is scary nighttime,
Yeah.
And then Downpour can just be whatever.
You got war, you got death, you got
Yeah.
plague.
Dude, yeah, I do.
Scary and sad and just like depression. Rain brings depression if you get too much of it.
So, I have Team Depresso. Or
Yeah,
just
your
like...
team makes me sad.
That is the plan. It's the plan to make the bad guys sad. So we'll go with one of those. And so which one of these teams will be the first one up to bat? Do we want to go in this order? Laura, John, Ryan?
Sure.
Sounds good.
Laura, are you okay with your team leading us off whenever we get there?
Heck yes. Crash and burn.
Episode 2 of Brandenburg-Prussia Takedown.
Takedown.
Alrighty, well, I think that is it for us.
This was fun.
Yeah. So the experimentation with season 2 just continues to reach new horizons.
We're running out of ideas.
I don't know. We got a lot.
No, we have so many ideas.
so many. So let us know, seriously, let us know what you think about incorporating visual things into the podcast stuff. Because obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm guessing this is probably a fun thing. But if you listen to this on the audio, maybe it wasn't so good. So I legitimately am curious to hear what you would have to say on how it was displayed on the audio side of things versus visual.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I forgot halfway through, I'm like, oh yeah, we have to make this sound good.
Yeah.
Whoop!
Why start now? Just kidding.
Yep. Okay, well, until next time, I guess we shall see you all on the flippity flip.
Peace out.
Bye.
We appreciate that you took the time to listen to this episode of the Kindred Spirit Podcast. Feel free to interact with us on our socials. You can catch us on our Facebook or Instagram, as well as Board Game Geek, Reddit, and Discord. Consider supporting us on Patreon, where you'll get access to episodes early as well as our private Discord. Links to all of those will be in the description of this episode. Have a great one, and may the elements be ever in your favor.